When the Sky Touched the Earth, a Zulu creation story, long ago, before the world looked as it does today. The sky and the earth were lovers. The heavens leaned low, pressing gently against the soil of the earth. Clouds brushed the mountaintops. Stars whispered secrets into the rivers. And people lived in a world where the sky was close enough to touch. But closeness is not always comfort. When love is too heavy, it can smother. When bonds are too tight, life cannot grow. This is the Zulu story of how the sky and earth were once together, and how they were finally pushed apart to create the world we know today. Stay with me, because the ending carries a lesson you will never forget. In those days, life was strange. The sky pressed down so close that people could not stand tall. They lived bent over, their backs aching under the weight of the heavens. Children laughed as they reached up and brushed the clouds with their fingers, but their laughter was short, for the world felt cramped. The trees grew twisted and small, their branches pressed flat by the heavy sky. Mountains hid their heads in the clouds, unable to rise higher. Even the animals walked hunched, careful not to bump against the heavens, and yet, people accepted this life. They cooked, they planted, they told stories under the low roof of the sky, for they believed this was how the world was meant to be. But one day a woman lit her cooking fire. She placed a pot on the flames and the smoke rose, straight into the face of the sky. The smoke had nowhere to go. It clung to the heavens, staining them dark. The clean blue began to turn black. The air grew thick. Children coughed. Elders struggled to breathe. The sky god grew restless. "Why do the people burn me?" the heavens whispered angrily. "Why do they choke me with their smoke?" But the people could not stop their fires. They needed them to cook, to keep warm, to live. And so the smoke rose higher and higher, filling the heavens with soot. The people began to worry. The once gentle sky now felt like a prison, pressing, smothering, growing darker each day. Finally, the elders gathered the people. They said, "This cannot continue. The sky is too close. Our fires cannot burn. Our children cannot grow. We must push the sky away." At first, the people were afraid. Push the sky, but it is sacred. It has always been with us. What if it leaves us forever? But others answered, "If we do nothing, we will choke. If we do nothing, life will die. Better to push and breathe than to bow and perish." The decision was made. Together, the people would rise against the sky itself. The people gathered. Men took their spears. Women lifted their cooking poles. Children stretched their little arms, and together they pressed upward. At first, the sky did not move. It was heavy, resting comfortably as it had for centuries, but the people pushed harder. "Heave!" they shouted. Their muscles burned, their backs strained. The earth trembled as the weight began to shift, slowly, very slowly. The sky rose, an inch, then a foot, then higher. The smoke escaped, the air cleared, the trees straightened, the mountains lifted their heads proudly, and the people cheered. For the first time in history, they stood tall, their faces free, looking up at a sky that was finally high above them. But with freedom came something new. Distance. No longer could the people reach up and touch the heavens. No longer could children play with the clouds. No longer did voices echo into the sky. The closeness was gone. The intimacy between earth and sky was broken. Some cried, "The heavens have abandoned us." But the elders reminded them, the sky has not left us. It is still above us, still watching, still blessing the rains and the sun. It has only risen, so that we may rise too. And so the Zulu people tell this story, of the time when the sky was too close and of the day when humans pushed it away. It is a story of balance. For even love, even closeness can become heavy if there is no space. Sometimes we must create distance so that life can grow. The lesson is simple: freedom needs space, growth needs room, and balance creates harmony. So tonight, when you look at the stars, remember, once long ago our ancestors touched the sky, but they chose to let it go so we could stand tall upon the earth. This is the story of the sky and the earth. This is the story of Africa. And this is the voice of Africa.